Hello, my name is Simon and this is the Retro News Roundup. To start, how about Analogue announcing it is to release, in its words, a reimagining of the N64. We don't know much more about it than that at this stage, aside from that it'll have wireless Bluetooth, 4 original style controller ports, and boasts the Analogue OS. There are no release or price details available yet, but let's face it, I'd start taking out your mortgage if you want to get a hold of one of these. Second, a Kickstarter for a remaster of beloved PlayStation cult classic Hogs of War was launched last month. The game is called Hogs of War Lardcore and is planning for release in May 2024. It's only for PS4 and PS5 players though, and it has a way to go to hit its funding goal as well. Otherwise it might be over and snout for the project. Let's start with a quartet of Arcade Archive titles for the Switch and PS4. Darius 2, Gotang Gotong, Blandia, and Burning Force. Meanwhile, the Switch received the third Mario Party via its online service, and then 3 other retro exclusives on the eShop. Front Mission 2 Remake, and Egg Console Relics PC8801 and Thexter PC8801 MK2SR. And yeah, I can only assume that's the right way to pronounce that name. Then there's a host of multi-format releases. Visco Collection and Master Collection versions of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2 and 3 arrived on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Steam. Next is Gargoyles Remastered, available now on the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and Steam. And then finally there's a Boy and His Blob Retro Collection for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and Switch. This is where I'd mentioned that Analogue N64, but I've already done that, so I'm kind of wasting your time here. Sorry. A lot of Homebrew was released last month, especially for 8-bit systems, so where better to start than the Commodore 64, which got 5 new games: The Holy Cube, Darkland 2, Evil Dungeon 2, Laserscape, and Vampire Vengeance. Then there's a ZX Spectrum with 7 titles: Haoken, Transylvanian Castle DX2, Retcon Ghostly Capers, Doom version 128K, Tuerkas the White Cat, Chromanoids, and Jet S-Bot. Next, the MSX with a quintet of games: Last Escape, Snake and Rhino in the Sketchbook, Crawlers, The Goblin, and Phoenix Corruptor. We're not done with the 8-bit madness though, with 3 new Amstrad CPC titles: Space Rescue in Jupiter, Nita, and Roberto El Goras. The Amiga wants to get in on the Homebrew act last month as well though, with 5 new games: Reshoot Proxima 3, Frogger 500, Hop to the Top, Bunny's Revenge, Bagman 500, and El Capitan Trueno. Then to round off the new releases, 2 multi-format efforts. The first, Stinger, for the Atari XL, XE and Commodore 64, the second, Tenebra 2 on the MSX, ZX Spectrum and Amstrad. And to finish this section, a Kickstarter was launched for Game Boy title Inspector Waffles Early Days. It'll cost you over €45 plus shipping for a physical copy when it's launched in July next year. Retro games publisher The Retro Room Games revealed that Mr. Tough for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System is now available on their store, despite being cancelled many years ago. The question is, are you tough enough for Mr. Tough? 4 English language fan translations were completed last month, 2 for PlayStation titles: Tripuzz and Addy's Present to Mose from Addy. To round off the quartet, there was Dead of the Brain for the PC-98 and Trizeal on the Dreamcast. That's all for this month then, but thanks so much for watching. Your support is massively appreciated. Last month's episode saw an amazing number of likes, considering it was many days late, so cheers for that. In any case, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure you stay safe.
And why should I not go back there, pray?